Hey guys, welcome back. Haven't been on here in a couple of days, but I wanted to discuss the Tampa Bay Lightning a little bit. Now we all know this is their third straight trip to the Stanley Cup Finals, an incredible accomplishment. And a lot of people, from what I've been reading, even just from what I've been hearing, they're not too crazy about seeing the Lightning back in the finals for a third straight year. There's some people that don't like seeing back-to-back champions because they're like, where's the parity in the league? I thought that's what the salary cap was supposed to create. Was supposed to create all this parity in the league. Well, when the salary cap came in 2005, 2006. Now, have we seen a dynasty during that time? For a lot of the people who aren't crazy about, seeing teams even win back-to-back or even going to back-to-back finals, y'all would have hated the 80s. I'm telling you, y'all would have hated the 1980s. Y'all would have hated the 70s. Y'all would have hated the 60s because there was nothing but dynasties back then. And throughout the entire decade of the 80s, it was nothing but dynasties. The Tampa Bay Lightning are trying to do something that has not been done in 40 years. So, you're talking about, you're talking about parity. You're wanting parity. Well, you haven't seen a dynasty since the late 80s and into the early 90s. I mean, Tampa going to their third straight Cup final. That has not been done since the New York Islanders in 1982 when they won their third of four in a row. And the last team to go to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 straight years were the Edmonton Oilers, which were right there during the tail end of that dynasty. 1983, 84, and 85. 83, the Oilers lost to the Islanders, which was the Islanders' fourth in a row. And then in 84 and 85, the Oilers won the Cup. 86, they didn't go to the finals. Then again, they won it again in 87 and 88. And then, 89 they didn't. And then 90 they won it again. So, in the 1980s and up until 1990s, the league was ruled by two teams. I mean, you had two champions throughout the 1980s that weren't either the New York Islanders or the Edmonton Oilers. Two. Montreal in 86, Calgary in 89. The rest were all the New York Islanders and Edmonton Oilers. We have not seen a dynasty since then. It has been since 1990 when the Oilers won their fifth in 7 years. Now we look at a dynasty. We look at how dynasties are measured. You measure a dynasty as winning 3 championships in 4 years. That's kind of what the consensus dynasty is. The closest we have seen to a modern day dynasty, especially in the NHL, was Chicago. Chicago won the Stanley Cup in 2010, 2013, and 2015. They won 3 cups in 6 years. That's about as close to a dynasty as the NHL has had. So, when you talk about parity, the NHL have plenty of parity. I mean, look at the Colorado Avalanche. This is their first trip to the finals since 2001. That's some parity. They were bad for a good number of years, but here they are. They're back. But they're playing a team that I mean, it's not Tampa's fault that nobody can seem to beat them right now. John Tortorella said it best because he was the coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2019, when he said we created a monster. Yeah, you did. Because Tampa, they won 62 games that year. I mean, we all know it. They won 62 games that year. They were expected to steamroll everybody. They kind of went into the 2019 playoffs a little cocky, maybe. I think they were just expecting to just, these teams just roll over for them. It didn't happen. Columbus gave them hell. And when Tampa lost that first game, it's like, they didn't seem to know how to turn it on. And then when they figured out how to turn it on, it was too late. It wasn't until late in game 4 that they finally started turning it on, but it was too late by then. So I just, I don't know. Andrei Vasilevsky wins the Vezina Trophy that year. I mean, obviously. He goes up, he gets the award. He's not happy. He's not happy at all. He doesn't have a smile on his face. Everybody's cracking the jokes, thinking, looking at him, looking at the Lightning, and being like, 62 games you guys won, and you got swept in the first round. Tampa took that personally. I honestly, it would not surprise me if they all got together as a team and said, all right, let's show everybody. Because what has happened since? They have not lost a playoff series since. They've won back-to-back Stanley Cups, and they're going for their third in a row. Now, the team they're playing, Colorado, if there's a team that can stop that streak, it's Colorado. They are lethal. They are a lethal team. But Tampa's just they have that pedigree. They know when to turn it on. I mean, it seems like they know when to turn it on. Now they seem to know when to turn it on. I mean, they fell behind 2-0 to the New York Rangers, and then all of a sudden they're just like, all right, we gave them that little head start. Now let's put an end to this. And then what happened? 4 straight wins. I don't know. These guys are something else. And they are led by an incredible core of players. I mean, you got Steven Stamkos, Victor Hedman, Nikita Kucherov. I mean, the role players, Andre Palat, Sergachev, Nick Paul. I mean, the depth of these guys is insane. Cirelli, Chernak, just a good a crew of guys that they're just unbelievable. Zach Bogosian. I mean, these guys are just, they know how to step it up. They know when to step it up. And they just, when they step it up, they're hard to beat. And to me, they, as great as Igor Shesterkin is, and he's great. He's fantastic. He is most likely going to win the Vezina Trophy this year. Tampa Bay has the best goalie in the league. The best goalie in the world, for the most part. Andrei Vasilevsky. It is so hard to beat him. It is so hard to beat them. And to stop this streak, it's got to be a very special team. Colorado's a very special team. Can they stop the streak? We'll find out. But people saying that, they don't like parity, I mean, I get it. That's their opinion. They can all have, everybody's got their own opinion on the run that Tampa's made, whether they like it, whether they don't, and I get that. and that's perfectly fine. But Tampa is they're doing something special right now. Something, like I said, that has not been done in 40 years. They are going to attempt to do what hasn't been done in 40 years, and that's win 3 consecutive Stanley Cups. Not done since the Islanders in 1982. And they are and they have become the first team since 1985 to go to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 straight times. As I said earlier, the Oilers did it in 83, 84, and 85. And the Oilers won it in 84 and 85. They lost in 83. That was the Islanders' 4th cup in a row. And then when the Oilers beat them then in 84, that was the end of the Islanders dynasty and the start of the Oilers. So, this stuff does not happen very often. I mean, you're talking about something that, like I said, it doesn't happen often. Not often at all. But I mean, this is something special. And again, I like seeing new teams in the finals. I do. I really do. I like seeing new teams in the finals. But, and I look back at this. Toronto had them. They were this close to getting knocked out. Tampa's run was this close to getting taken out in round 1 by Toronto. Toronto was up 3-2. They had them in overtime in game 6. But Tampa did what they do best. They found a way to win, and then game 7, Vasilevsky took over. And Tampa won. And I think of that. If Toronto wins that series, this could be Toronto playing Colorado in the Stanley Cup Final. Now imagine that matchup. Could you have imagined if Toronto would have taken out Tampa Bay and Toronto would have made this run? Ooh. Think of that one. I mean, McKinnon, Matthews. Oh, geez. McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog. Matthews, Marner, Tavares. That could have been fun. That could have been a lot of fun. But these guys, they don't want to give that crown up. They don't. They took it personally in 2019 when everybody started trash talking them, making fun of them, laughing at them. 62-win season, gets swept in the first round. They took it personally. And they have showed ever since, yeah, we did take it personally, and now we are personally on a mission to kick everybody's butts every season. 3rd straight season. They've kicked everybody's butts since then. Will they do this? Will they do the same to the Colorado Avalanche? We'll find out. We're not sure. But if there is a team that can end it, that can end this run that Tampa's on, Colorado's the team to do it. Colorado's stacked. They've got a hell of a lineup. A hell of a team. That's why this series is going to be, this series I think is going to be a lot of fun. And I look forward to it. Some people will think it's boring because Tampa's in the finals for a 3rd straight year. Hey, like I said, everybody's got their own opinion. They don't like seeing Tampa in the finals for a 3rd straight year. Well, my whole thought is, you don't want to see Tampa in the final. Find a way to beat them. Find a way to beat them. Toronto almost did. Toronto was that close. Find a way to beat them. You don't want them in the finals year after year? Find a way to beat them. Try to beat them 4 out of 7. You'll find out it's not that easy. It's not 2019. It's not like it was in 2019. They don't care about the regular season statistics anymore. They're just like, wake us up for the playoffs. Then we'll show you what we're all about. It's an incredible team. But let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this run Tampa's been on? Do you guys like the fact that they're in the finals for the third straight time? Or do you kind of get a kick out of seeing this run they're on? I kind of get a kick out of seeing this run that they're on. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them do this for the first time in 40 years and become the first legit dynasty since the Edmonton Oilers in the mid to late 80s and early and into the 1990s. I think it'd be great. I think it would be a lot of fun. It would give a lot of things for a lot of, I think it would put them, the Lightning teams of the last 3 years, if they win the cup again for the third straight year, they will be in the conversation with the Canadiens, with the Oilers, with the Islanders, as one of the best runs that has ever been. I mean, the Montreal Canadiens won 4 in a row. The Montreal Canadiens back in the late 50s won 5 straight. The only team ever to do that. So, people who aren't crazy about seeing dynasties, like I said, y'all would have hated the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s. Y'all would have hated those because there were nothing but dynasties back then. So let me know your guys' let me know what you guys think. How do you guys, do you guys like dynasties? I mean, this is neat. This is kind of neat. This was the kind of thing we would have expected from the Colorado Avalanche the last couple of years. We thought they were going to make this run that Tampa's on. Who would have thought it would have been the Tampa Bay Lightning to take this, to pick up this mantle and run with it like they are? I didn't. I think it's cool. And I definitely would not mind seeing them win their third in a row. Again, like I said, it hasn't been done in 40 years. I think it'd be kind of cool. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And if you're new, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button down there. I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to have you be a part of the channel. And yeah. I mean, if you're into hockey, check out the channel. I love talking hockey. I love talking about stuff, hockey topics like this. I love showing off my collection back here. Jersey unboxings. Fortunately, I don't think I'll be doing any jersey unboxings anytime soon. With everything as expensive as it is, bills and stuff. Yeah, I can't really be spending a lot on new jerseys here potentially this summer. Hopefully maybe, we'll see how it gets maybe into, as the summer goes along. Hopefully maybe I can snag one, maybe. But I don't intend on doing a whole lot of jersey unboxings. I don't intend on getting any new ones anytime soon, but I enjoy showing these off. I plan on trying to round out the rest of my team collection. I just did the Vancouver Canucks, and so I've got a couple. I think I've only got two left after Vancouver. I think it's Washington and Winnipeg. I think those are the last two, which I'll have to look for a couple of my other Winnipeg ones. But also during the off season, hopefully the jerseys that I have that are stored away right now, hopefully at some point here during the summer I can get them over here also. And I can go through them and I can show some of the first jerseys I ever owned. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. And obviously, whoever wins the Stanley Cup, I will get the shirt and the hat. And I need to go through, because I found a few of my other ones. There's like 3 or 4 of my Stanley Cup hats that I'm missing. And I would like to, I plan on doing a video at some point showing the devolution of the designs of the hats, and how they used to look really good, and now they're just boring. A 5-year-old could have designed this. There's no creativity in here. So I'd like to be able to find the other hats before I do that. But I also I will show my Stanley Cup shirts as well, going back from 2010 up until even this year. Like I said, I'd like to be able to find those other hats first. But yeah. So that's some of the stuff I have planned, and hopefully too at some point when I get the other jerseys over, hopefully I will be able to get an accurate count. And if you guys would like it, I'd love to get your guys' opinion. Should I do a jersey countdown? Should I take a lot of my jerseys? Should I take them all and rank them? Or, should I take, or should I do like a top 100? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that. Because jersey countdowns, I think they're kind of fun. It's just I gotta find what I have. I'd like to get an accurate count of them, as just how many I have. And yeah, so I'm trying to get different thoughts for videos, especially for the off season, and yeah, so let me know your guys' opinions there. I'd love to know what you guys think. And again, if this is your first video that you're seeing on the channel, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe button down there. I'd greatly appreciate the support. I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. Everybody, I'd love to have every hockey fan be a part of the channel. And hopefully you enjoy the videos. And again, let me know your guys' thoughts on this run that Tampa's made. Are you a fan of it? Are you not? I'd love to know. Like I said, everybody's got their own opinion on whether or not they like it or not. And you know what? That's okay. There's nothing wrong with whether you like it, whether you don't. That's the cool thing. It's the cool thing about hockey. Everybody can have their own opinion, and there's no need to get butthurt over any of it. I saw that a little bit on Facebook in the little Jersey group that I'm in. A couple guys going back and forth about oh, Tampa's this, Tampa's that, and some comments being said, and I'm just like, come on, guys. I'm like, everybody's got their own opinion. So let me know your guys' opinion. Do you love the run Tampa's on? Do you not? Like I said, everybody's got their own opinion. We don't have to see any any swings or any barbs coming back and forth. Just good honest hockey talk. That's what I like. I love that stuff. So again, let me know your guys' thoughts. And again, if you're new and you like the content, hit like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon.